because I feel dating has a huge impact on us without even realizing it. People tend to have issues with their romantic side of life, and then they are often lost.
Never be pushed by fear. Do you. I go by the name Flamboyant Lifestyle, aka What Mankind, and this is the Flamboyant Lifestyle interview. Today I have a gentleman in the studio, a very calm guy. I've been seeing him a couple of times, but I've never spoken to him before. But through a friend, I've gotten him. He's very cool. From watching him from afar, he's very cool, very kind. Today he's going to tell us so many things about himself, about his journey. He's going to educate us on depression, mental health, and so many things. So without not wasting my time, let's go for a quick break. When I come back, I'll introduce you to my guest. Stick and stay. If you just tuned in, you are still watching the Flamboyant Lifestyle interview. And as I said earlier on, today we have a gentleman in the studio. He's going to tell us so many things about his lifestyle, where he grew up, so many things, his journey in life, and where he has reached. So without not talking too much and not wasting my time, let's invite our brother into the scene. Yo, bro.
Yo, champ. Nice to meet you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, welcome to the Flamboyant Lifestyle interview.
It's great to be here.
It's a privilege to have you. Yeah, as I said earlier on, I've been seeing you around, but I've not talked to you before. But the interview has brought us together because of this thing. I know. Okay, yeah, I want to say again, welcome. Okay, so we don't know you. So what's your name?
I'm Bryan son.
Bryan son.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to educational background.
Okay.
We are going to know your primary, where you started school in primary, and you went to your high school in tertiary. So are you cool?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on. Where did you have your school?
I attended JHS at St. Paul's Lutheran at Kanda. And then I attended a Palm Senior High School in Central Region. And then I went to GIJ.
GIJ?
Yes.
Okay. What course did you do in GIJ?
I did communication.
Communication.
So I have a background in communication.
You have a background in communication.
Yes.
Okay. What was the main motive going to GIJ, but not going to maybe Legon or other UPS and all?
Personally, I felt very inclined with educating people and then reading, writing. It felt like an extension of who I am.
Okay.
I write a lot and I read a lot. So it felt like the next best step for me.
Okay, so that's the main reason why you went to GIJ. Okay, that's very cool. So you're a journalist?
You could say that.
You're a journalist.
Yes.
Okay, I want to say you're welcome. Okay, have you been triggered or have you been hurt before in your life?
Yes, I think everybody's experienced a fair amount of hurt in their lives.
Okay, so what happened before you were triggered being hurt?
Well, friends that end up backstabbing you.
Okay.
Relationships, even your family sometimes.
Yeah.
Things they say, things they do tend to sort of affect us, even if we don't want to admit it.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what are the things that really affected me and that this person just made me feel very bad within myself? Is it friend or family? What happened? Just share.
So it was a silly misunderstanding.
Okay.
It actually involved a woman, strange
Okay.
enough. And it led to the termination of our friendship. But I thought that since we had so much history, a woman shouldn't come in between us. But unfortunately, it did.
Okay.
And I was quite shocked by his reaction towards it, and I was a bit triggered.
What reaction was that? Because you can just forgive. What happened? Just tell us what happened.
So it's more of I tried to educate him about the girl's escapades, and then he took offense that I was meddling in his affairs.
Okay.
And he didn't take it very lightly.
Okay.
And told me to mind my own business. I was kind of hurt because I've always looked out for him, and I don't know why in that particular instance he thought I was against him.
Okay.
Yes, so that's basically
the main reason.
What happened, yes.
So you felt very bad with you. You know, is he your friend?
Yes, he is a very
Your close friend?
Yes.
Okay.
We eating from the same pot.
The same pot and that happened. So where's the girl right now?
Nobody knows where she is.
Okay, even your friend doesn't know.
Nobody knows where she is.
Are you still cool with your friend?
Yes, now we've settled things.
Okay.
We are back in good terms.
Okay, that's when you felt very bad.
Yes.
Okay. Have you been happy in your life before?
Oh, yes.
What's the most happiest day in your life and how it did end up being the happiest day?
The happiest day of my life. When I saw my younger brother walk.
Wow.
Yes. babies crawled but he just woke up one day and walked, and it was very miraculous.
Okay.
It's been like the back of my head ever since. I feel total calmness every time I think about it.
Okay, total calmness with you. Okay, I want to know. Oh, just clean. Feel free. Mm-hmm. Clean your face. Yeah, it's sweat a lot. It's normal. It's normal to sweat. It's part of human. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to know. So, why did your baby brother felt very difficult before walking?
I think he was just lazy. He just woke up one day and walked.
Like you people were trying your best for him or her to walk. What was it, him or her?
It's a him.
It's a him.
Yes.
So, do you know normally when it comes down to our culture here, when a child is begotten, the child is not able to walk, they try to use herbal or those to let the child to walk. Or this one was not showing any sign to walk and just woke up.
Well, initially we are told that every child has different cycles in their developmental stages, so we should be patient with him. And he just woke up one day and
he just walked.
And at first, and the day he walked, it wasn't water.
Okay. It was in water?
Yes.
We were
washing our father's car, and he was inside the room, and I think he was lonely. He crawled outside and then just walked. And that was it. He never fell, he's never stumbled, he's been walking firmly ever since. He's 17 now. Okay, wow. This is a long time ago.
Okay. So that was your happiest day seeing him walking. Okay. As a human being, and you said you're a journalist.
Yes.
Okay. As a journalist, what are you trying to communicate to bring out to educate people who are looking out for information?
Okay, so I talk to friends who have problems concerning their dating life, because I feel dating has a huge impact on us without even realizing it. People tend to have issues with their romantic side of life, and then they are often lost. Okay. So I try to guide some of them when I can and offer them solace. Okay. And I have a small channel that I upload a few video essays explaining the do's and don'ts when you're dealing with a woman that you think you like. Okay. So I'm trying as much as I can in my small ways to educate people on certain things that I feel are important.
Okay, let's say that I've come to you. I want to date this beautiful girl. Mm-hmm. What sort of advice that you give to me to know that this girl is going to be a very good wife to me? What are you going to tell me before dating that girl?
I would ask you that, how fulfilled are you as an individual? Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with your life?
Well, you have to be happy with yourself before dating.
Yes, it is that happiness that you have, that you are overflowing with, that you wish to share with someone.
Okay, imagine I'm not happy and I just want to date that girl. How will I do it?
If you're not happy and you want to date her, then it means you are looking for happiness externally. Okay. And that is going to be very short-term, short-lived. And you might end up hurting her and yourself in the process. Okay. In the end. So it's not a sustainable way to go. You're not happy, so you can't share it. Happiness comes from you being fulfilled with yourself and then sharing with other people.
Okay, so the first thing, I have to be happy with myself before.
Yourself, yes.
Okay, what's the second thing that I have to
And second point is, you have to know what you want. Okay. You should have a realistic list of expectations.
Something like what?
How the woman gels with your personality, and your worldview, how you see things. Okay. You will not be an exact match, but then again, you have to have something that you both agree on to a very interesting degree. Okay. You shouldn't be too opposite. You should have intertwining beliefs, so that it's going to be a much smoother process. Okay, so
what we have to do is we have to just compromise with certain things before getting together.
I wouldn't call it compromise, to be frank, but if you believe that the world is, the earth is flat, you're going to find somebody who believes that too. Okay. And your best bet is to be with somebody who shares your sets of core beliefs. Okay. So that there won't be too much friction. Okay. You understand? But if you think that, if maybe your church believes that the earth is round and someone's church believes the earth is flat, and it's part of your core beliefs, you're going to clash. Okay. Okay. Basically. Okay. So, what are some red flags that if you are dating, you know that this is a red flag, you have to stay back? Give us like maybe 4 red flags that we have to watch before dating. Red flags. My personal red flags. One of them is if she's not in good terms with her father.
Why?
Because the father is the first man that a woman experiences. So that serves as a template of the kind of man she wants in her life.
Okay.
The absence of a strong male character may lead her to drift to search for other male characters that will fill that role.
Okay.
So if she's got a man who takes care of the home and is kind, is gentle, she's going to seek that in other men.
Okay.
That's
so imagine if the father was not in her life, not taking care of her, not give her affirmations and all those things, and she grew up with only the mother. How can that father figure or father likeness to be in her? How can she be?
That's a very good question. Yeah. So if she's got a strong male character in her life, maybe an uncle,
okay,
maybe her mother's friend who's a very good person, that man can fill that role okay for her. Yes. So it doesn't have to be necessarily a father, but a good father figure.
Someone mentoring her.
Yes, it's someone you need to have you need to find a girl who has that kind of trait in her life.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So imagine if you don't find that means you can't date her. Or...
It's only a red flag. Okay. That doesn't mean that it's not going to work. But then it's a warning sign. That doesn't mean that it's going to fail.
Okay. So why is the second one?
Second one is if she insists on being friends with boys.
Why?
That is a bit controversial and it's a bit complicated. But I think that men and women are quite different. Yeah, we're raised differently. We have different sets of beliefs. We see the world differently. Yeah. And if she insists on being friends with both, what about her female friends? Like, why can't she relate well with them?
Maybe she's both with female friends and male friends.
But there are people who insist on being friends with like just guys. Like they say that women are gossips. I don't like being friends with girls. Blah 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 and all that.
Don't you think maybe being friends with males doesn't end up maybe doing anything with them, but just if she feels like being friends with guys, not girls?
Again, this is quite controversial. So I personally believe that boys tend to treat women a bit special. Okay. So it's not as if it's more like they are looking for the special treatment that the guys have to offer.
Okay.
Knowing very well that those guys may want her, like they may desire her.
Okay.
But they are only enjoying the special attention. Boys are very strange. We laugh at each other, we insult each other, we mock each other, but that's a way of putting us on our toes. Okay. If you go and do something silly, your boys will laugh at you. Yeah. But then it's not out of malice, but because they like you. They will laugh at you so that you won't repeat that action again. Okay. But I don't think that really happens with the women folk. They don't call out each other often. They are more like, I can't judge her because she's their own person. But your friends will judge you and they will laugh at you, and they should, you see. But it doesn't happen with the women. So they come to us to have that solidarity, that special treatment. Okay. So I believe men and women can be friends, but it's under very interesting circumstances. Okay. Not what we think.
Okay. Okay. So the first one, they said the person should be what? The person should have a male figure in her life. Yes. And also the second one, not being friends with what?
Insisting on being friends with only boys.
Okay, what's the third one?
The third one, I'm saying on top of my head, somebody who is very much into social media.
Social media?
Yes.
Wow. How will it affect? Why is it a red flag?
Thank you. So social media is not a reflection of the real world.
Okay. Yeah.
There's life to be lived. Okay. There's work to be had. There are friends to speak to. But if you insist on every day streaking somebody, posting this, being online, if you insist on it, then you are missing out life. And then people are prone to depression if they spend too much time on social media. Okay. There's lots of literature about it. Okay. That so much social media can lead to depression.
Okay. The conversation is getting very interesting and very interesting. It's Bryan. He's giving us very solid information. Just use this information. It can help you. He said you have to be cool when dating. So many things that I said. We are going for a quick break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Stick and stay. just tuned in, you are still watching the Flamboyant Lifestyle interview. And we are here with Bryan. He has said so many things about red flags when you are dating a girl. He said the first thing that you have to look for is a girl that's what I've even forgotten. He said a girl that is not having a male figure in her life. You have to, that's a red flag. And the second one, the person you don't have to mingle with boys. That's the second one. He has said so many things. So without not wasting my time, let's continue the conversation from where we ended. Okay, bro. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you once again.
Back from the quick break. Just a quick break. Okay. You were saying something about depression before we went for the quick break. Have you been depressed before?
Yes, I have.
What happened?
Depression can happen in various forms. It can be as simple as not scoring an A you wanted in the exam you wrote. Maybe depending on how much effort you put into the project or into the exam and it didn't come out as you expected. It could come out of losing a family member, a friend, a breakup.
So what happened to you before you became depressed?
Truth of the matter is, I haven't been in a depressed state for a very long time. I consider myself fortunate, but everybody has moments where they feel very depressed. Yes. And it may vary from person to person. But you should be able to identify why you feel that way. It's not very easy for people to identify that. But once you identify that you're not feeling very well, that's a step in the right direction.
So what are some of the things that you did before coming out from that depression state?
So one of the things I recommend for people, and for myself, is whenever I feel down, I like to work out, to go to the gym. It works wonders.
What does it do to the body when being depressed?
So when you lift weights, it's like there is so much literature, scientific, information leading to why working out is good for the body. Like it changes your mental state, it makes you feel good. Like feel good hormones are released in your brain when you work out. When you track your progress, when you see your growth, you feel that you are stronger, you are sharper, you have better reflexes. Like even going to the washroom is easier. So it has a very positive overall impact on you when you work out. It's a step in the right direction. When you are not feeling very good, when you hit the gym, it's going to work on this. That's the one thing that I recommend everyone to do.
What is the second one?
Second one is stay off social media.
Stay off social media?
Yes.
Wow. Can this generation that we find ourselves stay off from social media? How can one stay off from social media?
So staying off social media can sound like the extreme solution, but then minimizing your screen time will help you, because you might think that looking through TikTok can make you happy, but it's very time consuming. You keep scrolling and scrolling, and people on social media plan everything to the minute detail before they broadcast it. And then you look at it feeling like, wow, this person's life is so great. Why can't I have that? But you don't know the room they rented, what they did to get that phone they used. Even if maybe, for example, somebody posted a high score of a video game, you don't know how many hours they grilled playing the game together, high score, to broadcast that 30 seconds. There's so much you don't know. And people are going to base their expectations on things they don't know. Yes. Maybe you see this girl who has a very nice body and you're a girl. You might think that these women are so beautiful. Like, why am I not
self-esteem?
Yes, but you don't know the camera she's using, the angle she's exploiting. You don't know what she's doing. You understand? She could have a very nice figure, but she's got a bad character. You don't know that. So looking at social media constantly puts you in a very wrong position.
I can see you sweating a lot. The blood flows very well. Just in your it's all quite good. So stay off of social media. It helps also.
Yeah, it helps also. You minimize your social media screen time.
And what is the third one?
Third one, you have to watch your diet.
Yes,
when you eat right, you feel right. When you avoid certain foods, you're going to feel a whole lot better. Staying away from highly processed foods like lots of fried stuff is going to help you well.
Like what and what? What food should we eat so that it helps us?
Fortunately for Ghanaians, we have a pretty good diet. We have kenki, we have banku, we have fufu. We have a very good diet. So that's not really good.
So someone be taking all those food that you've been saying every day to feel less depressed or.
I mean, when you do eat, you do feel good.
Okay.
You understand? When you eat good food, you do feel good generally.
Yeah.
But certain foods have a bad impact on your biology when you eat them.
What food is that? What type of food that have bad biology?
Alcohol.
Or alcohol?
Yeah, it's a depressant.
Okay.
Even when you smoke weed, it makes you feel good for the short term, but then the long term you crash.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to stay away from alcohol.
Minimize alcohol.
Okay.
I can't really say for one to stay away from it. But if you do notice that you cannot really handle yourself when you take alcohol, you stay away from it.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what about smoking?
Smoking is an absolute no.
No.
Yes.
No. It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't really help you.
Okay. So when someone is being depressed, the person should not go and smoke.
It's not going to help
The
the
person should
condition.
stop. Okay, give us the last one so that we just move on to the
So
conversation.
I mentioned staying off social media.
You mentioned stay off social media, we should eat good.
Yes, eat good food, hit the gym.
Yeah.
And well, long and short is like, don't try and compare yourself to other people.
Okay, comparison is also
A thief of happiness.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Don't you think comparing yourself to someone also makes you strive to do more? Or
If you have a friendly rivalry with someone, or even a one-sided rivalry with someone, it's good. When I was in JHS, I had these friends that I used to, battle against when it came to exam scores.
Okay.
So we would study together and we would write exams in hopes that we beat each other.
Wow.
There was one guy who was very intelligent, and we had no his match. So he was the ideal, the goal that we all strive to beat. So we all tried to get higher grades just to beat him.
That's a good competition.
Yeah, that's a good competition.
Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately, none of us really went into the territory of feeling that we're not adequate. We just knew that he was so smart, and the goal was just to dethrone him.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though we didn't reach that goal, it was fun trying to reach it.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the stages that one have to pass through if the person is feeling depressed.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Okay, so let's move to this direction. Okay, let's go to your morning routine. It's cool. When you wake up from bed, what do you do before setting up your day or doing what you have to do?
I may sound like a broken record at the moment, but when I wake up, push-ups.
You do a push-ups?
Push-ups, yes.
Okay.
It's like
that's the first thing you do.
A generator, it kickstarts you.
Okay.
Like you start burning fat throughout the day, you feel energized all through.
Okay.
And then
what are the second thing?
When I was actively doing my national service, I'll wake up, push-ups, jog for about 10 minutes and prepare for work.
Okay.
Come home.
Do you meditate?
I would, not in the traditional sense,
Okay.
but I'll call taking a walk and listening to music as a form of meditation.
Okay.
Yes.
I've been doing that.
Yes, as much as I can.
Okay, so do you pray or you don't pray?
That's a good question. I wouldn't call myself the most religious person,
Okay.
but I found myself praying.
Okay, you mentioned religion. Okay, we have so many religions all over the world. We have Christianity, we have Muslims, we have Shinto, we have Akhenaten, we have Buddhist, so many religions. What religion do you belong to?
I would consider myself a Christian.
A Christian. Why are you a Christian?
Mostly because I was born into it.
Okay, since you've grown now, you can read and write, you know your left and right. Do you still want to become a Christian?
Well, there are certain values of Christianity which I think are very good.
So that's the main reason why you're a Christian.
Yes, and then the central figure, Jesus Christ, was a pretty cool guy.
Okay, Jesus Christ, okay.
The things he stood for and everything were pretty cool.
Okay, so let's move to this direction. Muslims believe that your good deeds have to be more than your bad deeds. That will end you to heaven. But as Christians, you people have to say that we have to believe in Christ before going to heaven. Why should someone believe in Christ before going to heaven? Since you're a Christian, explain that to us.
So that is a different conversation that requires a lot of patience and screen time to go into.
Okay, there's
something.
Just scratch on it.
I will try my very best to simplify it.
Okay.
But I don't think that people should look at things that way.
Okay.
You should look at religion as a driver. Okay.
Okay.
Look at the things that they teach, their tenets. See if it is timeless, if it's good, if it's consistent, if it's helping people. And then you choose to follow.
Okay.
But if maybe a book says that this, and that, and you know it's not really helping you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you are at liberty to choose what you want to do.
Okay.
But then make sure that you scrutinize your religion and ask yourself, these beliefs, are they helping me?
Okay.
Are they helping my neighbor? Is it helping the world? If you think so, then I think you are free to believe what you want to.
Okay, you are free to believe. So you don't want to pinpoint what I said. Is it true that only Christians, we have to just believe in Christ, just moving on? You just want to.
I think it hardly matters because nobody knows where you're going with that, because nobody has really come back to tell us that this is the thing. You know, there are stories, but we are living in the present, living in the now. So we should make sure that while we are alive, we live our lives as best as we can, helping our neighbors. Okay.
So as a Christian, I was reading the Bible because I read a lot of books. Right, I'm reading the Quran. I'm just buying data online. The same will be coming. Christian, I was reading Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. The Bible said that we should not steal, we should not fornicate, we should not do. As a Christian, do you follow that morality? Do you do that?
We shouldn't steal, we shouldn't fornicate. Well, you know, it's also quite complicated. So
feel free.
Stealing is something that I don't do.
Okay.
As much as I can. It's something that's, if I have any crimes or any sins.
Okay, let me simplify this question so that you don't struggle. So you follow the commandments of God?
As much as I can.
Can you follow it as a Christian?
I try to do it to the best of my abilities. But, in the Christian tenets, the 10 commandments are not exactly what you need to do.
What should you be doing?
According to Christians. According to Christians,
okay,
you've already been saved.
Okay.
But I think that's a cop-out sometimes. It's like them failing to account for themselves because they've already been saved. Okay. But the 10 commandments are actually a very good way to
reflect.
Yes, and live your life. It doesn't harm anybody.
Okay.
It says that respect your neighbors, don't covet your neighbors' wife, property, respect your parents. All those things are actually very good things to live by.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you said something. So if someone wants to become a Christian like me, maybe I'm not a Christian, I want to become a Christian to be saved. What should I do to become a Christian so that I'll be saved?
It's very scary to tell somebody the religion they should join.
Why?
Or not join, because people have lived and died for those religions, so they have an impact on people. Half the world is either this or that, and there are small sects here and there. It's a very scary thing to do. It's too big.
But in your Bible, Jesus Christ told people to go out to the end of the world to make disciples for him. So why are you trying to say you don't have to choose a religion for someone?
So they can't force the people.
So that means you are not obeying what Christ said?
No, you preach the word and those who have ears will hear.
Okay.
So, however, it's your personal responsibility to look for the information, look for what you want, have your questions answered.
Okay.
You should have proper questions that demand answers. Okay, and don't look out for people who tell you that we don't know God works in mysterious ways. Try as much as you can to have your questions answered.
Okay.
And then if they can't be answered, then maybe you know that's not good for you.
Okay.
Yes.
The conversation is getting very, very interesting and very interesting. I said a lot about religion. He said as a Christian, you don't have to be forcing people to join any religion. Just say the word to the person. The person has to choose what he really wants to choose. Okay, bro, we are coming to the end of the interview. You've done very, very well. You said so many things. And I know that people who are watching us right now will get something out from it. We are going to be educated because Flamboyant Lifestyle is there to educate. We are not just to entertain or have fun. We are there to educate because we know that education is the key. Okay, I want you to look into the lens of the camera. We are going to summarize so many things for us. I want you to tell someone who is very hopeless, someone who wants to commit suicide right now, someone who needs something but the thing is not coming. What should that person do? Look into the camera and tell that person something.
So, this is Bryan here. I know there are times that you feel hopeless, you feel tired, you try and nothing works. Know that you are not alone. Almost everyone you know experiences that. Just that we are good at hiding it. But you're never alone. Make sure that you have a family, you have friends who you can speak to. Open up to them. Tell them what is bothering you. some will be very well equipped to help you out. But if you keep silent, it's very difficult to know what you're going through. It's through our words that we can reach people, and the best way to do it is by talking to somebody who cares. So if you have parents, you have friends, you have teachers, you have mentors, even go to your local pastors and speak to them, let them hear you out, and they'll try and help you. But don't fight this alone, because it's something that you cannot win on your own. When you're feeling down, try and hit the gym, it works magic. Try and go for walks. Even you can try video game, it works. I can promise you that. But don't fight this battle alone, because you may not win it alone. This is my simple advice to you.
Okay, don't fight this battle alone, because you won't win it alone. This is from Bryan. He has said so many things. So many things that he has said. Just pick what is very important to you. Just add it to your life. I go by the name Flamboyant Lifestyle, aka What's My Kind. Thank you very much for your time, because this is very, very educative. Make sure that you share this video. Don't be selfish. Please don't be selfish. Let a brother, a sister, uncle, auntie, someone closer to you to get this video. And make sure that anything that you do with good heart, you do with good mind, and also be happy with yourself.